Hi guys, I can't tell you what I'm doing. I'm doing spy work, spy activity. I always knew you were a spy, Gerald. The spy who loved me, who didn't love me. So I hope you guys are liking my videos. Now I'm gonna tone down the videos a lot. So I haven't got any strikes from YouTube, but looks like I'm gonna be banned soon. So I'm walking a tightrope. If I don't change my ways, or at least change the way I express myself online, I don't know. I might be terminated. Not me, but well, hopefully not. But the actual channel. So going back to what I was saying before about the videos, I won't private them so nobody can see them. I'll put them onto the members section so you can see all my videos, and I'll actually unprivate some videos. Like there's a video of my dad when he passed away, you know, that day, and I might remake that video because they got lots of views, but then I thought it was so personal and I stopped it. I made it private. I didn't want to, I don't know, I just wanted it to be personal for myself, my friends, and the odd subscriber that, you know, asked for it or would keep it private, you know. So some of those videos I'll remake them, I'll re-edit them because I'm better at editing now, and you know, it'll be a better experience for viewers, subscribers or members or whoever. So I'm going to start working on the videos that I'm going to produce for the channel. Some will be, as I said, some will be free, like as usual, and some will be for members. And my idea is to do a kind of POV, you know, POV video. So you see through my eyes. You see through my eyes what I'm seeing, okay? Now you're seeing from the camera. The camera's there in front of me, looking at my lovely mug. So this is like, what's it called? A selfie or kind of talking head. Yeah, this is the talking head kind of thing. B-roll would be like me looking, the camera looking outward at something, or even at myself, you know, walking around or playing with the dogs. That's the kind of B-roll or vlog kind of style. But then you get, see, what I'm going to do is put the camera here, or set it up maybe with a magic arm or something, some kind of setup on a table. And so what you'll be seeing is me playing with toys. Well, not toys yet, but with toys and other objects or other props, and talking about various concepts. Like, for example, my life. You know, I might have pictures of my parents and my childhood, the dogs that I had, or sorry, girlfriends, or was that the same thing? But you know, girlfriends and animals and stuff, people I knew, and so, and I can weave a story. I can tell a story, and you'll actually see me placing, I don't know, Lego bricks, or playing with Winnie the Pooh, and trying to explain some concept or theory. Or, you know, for example, a book that I've read, and opening the pages of a book and just explaining the basic summary or concept and how it affects us in this life. Now, my angle is going to be from my own perspective, my own wishes, my own dreams. You know, as I've explained before in the past, I want to create a system which is I kind of coined the term the master in life system or whatever, but basically I don't think, maybe I can call it something else, but basically it's a continuation of what the old Taoists or the masters did. So for example, the old Taoists, they tried to find an elixir of life, right, to extend their life so that they can go further on their spiritual journey whilst they're in this body. And so you need a long life in order to reach that goal, maybe. But in order to get there, you have to look after your body. And so via dietetics, via gymnastics, Tai Chi, some kind of Kung Fu. The Kung Fu can be used in various ways. Like Tai Chi, for example, usually is practiced in a very soft way, and the eyes, or Yin, the intent, Yin or intent, you can see when someone's doing Tai Chi. It is kind of like that vacant kind of look and soft movement. Well, you can't really see if the movement is soft in Tai Chi, but you can tell from the eyes if the person has the intent is more martial, or the intent is to relax and for health. There is a difference. If you practice Tai Chi, for example, with that martial intent, I think that affects your health. It depends on the person, but a person who has an anxiety state or problem with anxiety will be added more anxiety if they think about fighting all the time. So for me, I would practice Tai Chi in a very relaxed way, very soft way, and I would check my markers, blood pressure, cholesterol, blood glucose levels, and if they're fine, then I can introduce some fighting. But if that moves the dial towards sickness, then I will use more kind of yin or relaxation techniques, or more yin kind of techniques or practices, should I say. So going back to what the old Taoists or these adepts used to do, or what they spoke about, or what they wrote about, they tried to not enrich or benefit. They try to live as long as possible, and in order to do that, you have to focus on various things: your diet, what you put inside your body, various herbs, supplements now, drugs, and finally the elixir of life. And then the way you think, you can think really positively, optimistic or negative. And so I put these ideas, into one kind of concept, into one idea, and I called it Master in Life. But actually, I have to really think about a name. I have to make this take form or shape naturally. I can't just quickly have a name, Master in Life. Yeah, that's a good name, but I don't know. But anyway, in this system, or this way of thinking, like I take from the Taoists' ideas, but I add my own ideas and the things that we know via science and modern technology. So it's like a hand. There's 5 branches or 5 fingers, right? To achieve excellence, or to how do you say, to transcend in the Taoist form of transcendence, to live a long life and to maybe shoot out of your body and become immortal. Now, that's a very touchy subject. What do you mean immortal? No one can be immortal. And yeah, I agree. Because if you think about it, the planet itself is 5 billion years of age, I think. How many billions of years is the universe? And yet none of them are immortal? You know, technically, they're not immortal. Apparently, the Earth is going to, I think at 10 billion years of age, it's going to be eaten up by our sun, will become a red star or whatever, and it will die. Our sun will die as well. So, anyway, I'll speak to you guys in another video. I have to go now. I have to finish my, hang on, I have to hide from somebody. I'm spying on someone. I can't explain why. But hang on, I can't explain why. I'll tell you guys in another video if I'm allowed to. Right. Anyway, I'm hiding. They can't see me. Anyway, sorry about that. It's not fully. It's something that I have to do in order to stop trouble from happening with some people. Yeah. So those are my ideas. So, you know, when I say it's like a hand, so you have, for example, in order to reach this transcendence, you need to focus on diet, focus on exercise. Diet, exercise. Sorry, not diet and exercise. No, that's wrong. I'm getting it confused with my pillars of health and healing. My pillars of health and healing are something different. For my pillars of health and healing, there are, I think, between 8 and 10 pillars. So in the pillars of health and healing, you know, diet, exercise, hormesis, sleep, mind 1, which is positive thinking, stuff like that. Mind 2, which is yin, is like tai chi, relaxation, hypnosis, having a hot bath, you know, massage. So there are 8 pillars of health and healing. But in my, okay, I can go now, it's clear. In my Master in Life system, there are 5 fingers, let's say, or 5 pillars. I won't say pillars, otherwise it gets confusing. And anyway, so I will try and, I want to talk about these 5 fingers, or these 5 pillars, via my videos. So my videos will look kind of, I don't know, not abstract, but a person like myself just sitting down and talking and using props such as the toys that I have, and explaining via the toys my ideas. Some things that I'll talk about will be my life, obviously, and depression, things like that. And what I want to do is, I don't want to just rant, but I want to give a kind of a teaching. Yeah, me, teacher. Or, you know, help people move away from depression if it's possible, or move away from jealousy, or, you know, for example, on my channel, the Hypnosis channel, a lot of the videos for hypnosis, they're made for, generally for everyone, but for women, as you know, mostly. And you know, to teach them to relax, because a lot of women have got stress with children, you know, work, family life, I don't know, menopause, you know, lots of problems, right? But so do men. So what I want to do is do something different on my Hypnosis channel. Of course, I'll do videos for women, or for both men and women, some specifically for women and some specifically for men. So for example, videos for men specifically might be how to overcome depression, and specifically for men who've been divorced, because that's really important. How many men have killed themselves or, ended their lives? And do people, create hypnosis videos or relaxation videos for them? I don't know. If not, I'll be the first one. Someone must have done that though. But you see, that's what I want to do. And obviously for women as well. Even if there's just only a few women that would go so far as to self-delete, I'm going to make a video for them as well. So, for example, a hypnosis video, a meditation video for women who've been divorced, maybe through no fault of their own, or maybe through their own fault, Jesus came here for the good people and the sinners. I'm not saying I'm Jesus, but if Jesus can do it, then I can do it as well. I'm not greater than Jesus or these other people. It's bloody hard though, but maybe by making these videos for men and women, say specifically for women, if I make a video for women who are divorced and it's through their own fault, their own greed or whatever, but then they have I was going to say a soul, they have a conscience, and it might reach a point where they do feel like self-deleting and stuff like that, and I want to stop that. There's something called forgiveness, and to make them realize that we're all fallible, we all make mistakes. Some make massive mistakes, that could be a massive mistake, but you have to try and be there for everyone, I suppose. And so I don't know what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is, well, I was talking about the hypnosis videos for the hypnosis channel, but on my main channel, my personal channel, which can't be personal anymore, every once in a while I can talk like this, but I think people don't like, I've got it in for me because of all the past. So the people who still want to hear stuff like that, even on the member section, I have to calm down because already YouTube have made note. So I have to be intelligent now. I have to start to put my other hat on. I can't be free to say whatever I want. I have to rein that in a little bit. And say, for example, we talk about conspiracy theories. Oh, it's the Jews, it's the Bilderberg group, oh, it's the Arabs, oh, it's the Christians. I don't bloody know who it is. It's the reptiles. So fucking what? You ain't gonna be able to do anything anyway. So from my point of view, right, the way I see it now is everyone's in on it. I got a troll remark, right? And sometimes those troll remarks are the best ones. So I was talking about, I don't know, Tommy Robinson, maybe talking about some black crime or something. And then somebody said to me, the person said, Tommy Robinson will be really proud of you, Gerald. You've gone full racist. I thought, what did I say that's so bad? But obviously this person is like more to the left, to the extreme left, where the person can be like really sensitive and triggered about, if you say the word blue, it sounds too much like black, right? So people are sensitive, right? And are triggered. So as I say, it takes, as the saying goes in Britain, it takes all sorts, right? So, you have to be mindful of that, and you have to speak in a way, well, you don't have to, but you have to if you want to have a channel. And you have to if you want to have a channel that makes money. that pays for your bloody dogs, and pays for you, pays for your bills. Even though I tried to make those bills really low, it's difficult, you know. It's unbelievably difficult. I'll just wait here for a little bit. That's why they call it fall, or the leaves are falling. I like to call it autumn. All those leaves are dropping down, all the quince leaves. Actually, I should pick them up, because the quince leaves are supposed to be good. They reduce your cholesterol. The carnivores will be saying, "What's wrong with sky-high cholesterol?" Nothing wrong. Yeah, it depends. If you have cholesterol handling problems, you're screwed. It will spill out like it spilt out with me. And I've got this xanthelasma here. Because I was doing the carnivore diet, I believed in all the stuff online. Yeah, the higher the cholesterol, the better. But I do like one guy, that Baker. What's his name? Richard Baker. What's his name? Is it John Baker? What's his name? His first name. Anyway, Baker. And he said, sure, some people on carnivore might get heart problems. You know, at least he's open. He's open to that, you know. Because, you know, health is very, I was going to say hit and miss. It's very specific to that person, you know. Not everybody that eats vegetables is going to be healthy. They're going to react to it. Not everybody that does carnivore is going to be in good health. Yeah, initially they might be in good health, and then their cholesterol goes sky high. They can't handle the cholesterol. They get xanthelasma, and that's the first warning. And then they have other problems. Liver enzymes start to creep up, and you know that's a sign that the liver is under stress. You just ride it. The body will get used to it. Yeah, by that time you've got, like, I don't know, a stroke, and then you'll be saying, "What the fuck did I do this for?" Fuck me. Anyway, I'm not taking the piss. I'm scared of this stuff, you know. I'm a chicken. Oh yeah, by the way, I've got some chicken in the oven. Yes, I'll be eating that today. Chicken, some broccoli, and sweet potato. That's the only things I could eat, because my gut. I won't talk about my gut. So, what the hell was I talking about? I'm ranting and raving. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. What was I? Will you guys tell? What was I talking about? I don't know. What was I talking about? I was talking about, yeah, the channel. So the channel, I have to make videos about various things about my own life, and you guys will know roughly what the vibe is. The vibe is about not trans, but transcendental. Transcendental. Some form of trans, anyway. Transcendent. The art of transcendence, which involves many things. You have the 5 pillars that I keep going on about, but then within the 5 pillars, so for example, the 5 pillars, or the 5 fingers of the hand, okay, this is the transcendence hand, okay. You have mind, body, soul or spirit, relationships or social, and financial. Now you have to make sure that the health of these is good. Your financial health, social health, your, what's this one? Spiritual health, mental health, and physical health. So you can see these as 5 fingers of health, okay? If you're missing one, then you're in trouble. So they all form part of this transcendence. Now, you might say, what is spirituality and money? It doesn't really go, does it? money is the root of all evil. No, it's not money. It's the love of money is the root of all evil. Money gives you choices. I can tell you, I make £35 a month. It gives you the choice to actually survive and eat. It doesn't give you any, like, you can't pay for any electricity bill. You can't pay for any heating bill. You can't pay for any medicine. You can't do anything. So you need some wealth just for the basics, just to make ends meet. And then the extra that you get earning money, you can invest in alchemy. So that's what I'm going to do. But you can also, you can invest in your family. You don't have to throw it away, buy a nice Ferrari, even if you had the money. You can buy something that will benefit you in the future. So those are the 5 fingers, okay? Now, in these 5 fingers, you have, so for example, the mind, okay? Let's say just focus on this, the mind, okay? Within this hand, inside here, you have an angel and you have a knight. The angel focuses, so let's think about the mind. The angel focuses on the good things about the mind, So say, for example, affirmations or success thinking, goal setting, what to say to yourself. So, for example, what to say to yourself. Say positive things and beautiful things about yourself. What to say to other people. Positive and beautiful things. How to think about yourself. Beautiful, positive, success, very affirming things, and how to think about other people. Even though they get on your nerves, forgive them, think good about other people. So that's the angel. The angel focuses on the positive, or the yang. But then there's the knight. The knight focuses on the dark, on the yin. So that the knight would take note on and make sure that you don't say bad things about yourself. Like you might be walking and you stub your little toe and say, "Oh, you bad," you automatically say that about yourself. Or you look at someone on YouTube and say, "Oh, look at that bastard," So the knight focuses on the negative, and so the knight will tell you to be careful, but be careful about these negative things. The knight is, I chose a knight because a knight is like a protector. So, for example, if somebody wants to manipulate you via your mind mentally, help to defend yourself. So if somebody calls you a bastard or whatever, just think about how you take that on board. Are you a bastard, or is it just their opinion? So the angel comes along and says, you're a wonderful person, and gives you reasons why. Not just why you're a wonderful person. Give reasons why you're a wonderful person, why you're nice. And if you're not nice, well, so what? Nobody's perfect. So you have these 2 archetypes that go through these 5 fingers. So, for example, when it comes to financial, mentally you can say to yourself, oh, I'm rich, or I've earned, I don't know, $100,000 this year or whatever. And part of you will say, what the hell are you talking about? You haven't even earned £35 in a month. There's no way you can, make this money. So the angel will come along and say, okay, let's deal with this. Why do you think this way? So I'll explain it better in the video, because now things are all up in the air. But basically you have these 5 fingers, or the 5 ways to transcendence. They are not the 5 ways that's right. They help you towards transcendence. Within this hand, or these fingers, there are 2 like ghosts or archetypes, the angel and the knight, which help you on these. See these two, these five fingers. You've got like little, like weeds or little plants growing up along the fingers, and they help. So anyway, this concept or idea of mine, I have to form it properly and present it to you, and then you'll know what you know exactly what I mean. I find it difficult to just talk. I find it really easy writing things down and concepts and everything. But talking is not my greatest. I mean, I don't mind rambling, but putting things into a structure is really difficult. I tend to ramble, go here and there, and my talks are all over the place. So, but if I sit down and write things and structure things that way, then you'll know what I'm talking about. So, as I said, transcendence. What does transcendence mean? Well, I'll explain that in another video. It could mean different things to different people, but for me, it's more like the old Taoist view of transcendence, to transcend this world, and to see that. I mean, I have some political views, but my political views are not like you, yeah, fucking racist bastard. No, they're not. You don't know my political views. There's a quote by Malcolm X that you think, oh, Black Panther, the black, but actually he said some good things. He said something like, the right and the left wing are just two wings of the same bird, or something like that. That's amazing. It's exactly how I think. The right and the left wing, they're the same, exactly the same. So basically what he's saying, without saying it, I've never read any of his work or whatever, is that people, the masses, have the illusion of choice. They have no choice. They have no. You choose. Yeah, let's choose Trump. Let's choose Biden. Some policies are different, but roughly the same people are in control. Oh my goodness. And the people that are in control, you've got all these organizations, from the pharmaceutical industry to the health industry, the medical industry, the hospitals, doctors, and then you've got the media, the mass media, MSM, and social media. You've got all the elites. They're all friends with each other. They're all helping each other. And then you have the masses. The masses are all scattered. They're all divided, because the vibe from the elites, for us, like, basically, if we got together, we'd be a powerful force. If all blacks, whites, and all these people got together, if just whites got together, we'd be absolutely powerful. If all blacks got together, they'll be absolutely powerful. But they don't want that, because they need to control. The way they control is to scatter us all, have us at each other's throats. And I tell you, going back to what I was saying, yeah, I've bloody tuned in to my own thoughts, right? This guy, this troll, he was saying, like, I'm full racist now. And then somebody said about, whether it was him or somebody else, about it's a good grift or race grift. And I do know what that means. And I thought, wow. But luckily I only made one or two videos, a few videos about this subject. Bloody hell, Quince just dropped. If I was out there, it would have hit my head. Wish it did. So some channels base all of their content on race grift. Like the channel is a race grifting channel, which means they focus on, like, you have GB News, you have Dan Wootton, you have what was it, British Stand, you have loads of these channels that focus on Muslims coming into the, and immigration and stuff like that. They might have the odd, black person committing a crime and stuff like that. And so those are the kind of right-wing kind of channels, and you probably have the left-wing kind of channels that focus on how racist people are and stuff. It's all part of the same bollocks. Two wings of a same bird, right? Because the social media, it rewards these videos that instill fear and kind of hate as well. What are you talking about, Gerald? Don't you get with the program? I'm not going to get with the program because all these people, like, they might go on about, oh, the Rotherham 50 or whatever, all these evil people. But what do they do about it? What do they do about it? Like, they're talking about all these immigrants coming in. What are they doing about it? They're just complaining. And they're sending out all these vibes of, forget about hate. I sound like a lefty, but what does it do to you when you watch these videos? It pisses you off, right? It pisses you off. It can instill fear, anger, and what's happening is your immune system is going down. It's affecting your body negatively. The more you watch this stuff, the worse you feel, the more anxiety you feel. And this, I just realized, is part of the system. Social media is part of this system. So basically, social media is linked to the medical system, is linked to the politician, is linked to the pharmaceutical industry. Because when you're sick, then they benefit. They benefit because they're all part of one group, or they're friendly towards each other. So basically, I've realized that it's all a load of bollocks. In order to be free, you can't be left wing or right wing. In order to be free, you have to realize, like the poem If, Rudyard Kipling, when he spoke about the yin and the yang, or the people thinking, saying bad stuff, trying to hurt you, or saying good stuff and, massaging your ego. Treat both imposters just the same. So the lefty's pissing you off and the right wing pissing you off. Well, that's not exactly the same thing, but this, we can call it hate, or this fear, this anxiety, is coming from both sides. So basically, what I want to do is, I can't do anything about it. What can you do about, like, these immigrants coming in? You can say, well, the government is involved. They're doing it on purpose. Because otherwise, why would they allow so many people to come in? It's a plan. So if it's a plan, you can't do anything. You can't do anything about it. What you can do is be a guardian to your body, mind, and soul, and allow good things to come in and see the world differently. Yes, you can. In order to be healthy, this is part of my okay. You have to obviously, like, defend yourself, and you have to be like a good prepper, because you have to know that one day there could be another lockdown, or some people might come to your house and want to take your house. You have to be prepared for that. And you might say, isn't that negative though? You don't want any negativity. No, you have to have the yin and yang. But it's actually part of the five fingers. So you have these 5 fingers. So you have your mind, body, spirit, social or relationships, and financial. But I spoke about the the angel and the knight, or the yin and yang, that kind of deals with these 5 fingers. Helps you reach to excel or reach a certain level. But I was going to add a sixth finger, which is called, like, self-defense or self-protection, to protect this. So protect your mind, protect your body, protect your spirit, protect your relationships, and protect your finances. When it comes to protecting your body, for example, you protect your body in various ways. Like you're careful in what comes into your mind, because your mind affects your body. But you have to know how to defend that body, not only from diseases and various, external and internal insults, but from other human beings, animals, things like that, car crashes. In order to transcend, you have to look at the things that could kill you. And so that is part of my system. You have to know how to defend yourself physically, verbally, always like the Taoists. Just try and, sometimes the best kung fu is to smile and to be kind. So you give the person, just massage their ego and allow them to walk away with a puffed up ego without fighting, or the art of fighting without fighting. But there comes a time when that doesn't work, and you might have a gang or a few guys who want to humiliate you, slap you around. Even then, I'll take the slap. But when it comes to killing you or ending your life, that's different. That's when you have to do something. So not my theory, or my philosophy would be, never show you know kung fu. Never show that you know that you can defend yourself. Always be like that meek person, and the person that looks like a pushover, so they won't even attempt to come near you. They think, beating you up will only, I'll lose my reputation. You're too easy. You're an old man, But you have to be like a ball of cotton, and inside that ball of cotton, a really sharp needle. So someone who tries to smash that cotton will get a surprise of their lives, will bleed. Well, anyway, when I have this concept, or this the theory or whatever written down on paper, then I'll make a video about it. But from now on, that's the videos that I want to do. I want to do something good. And people are saying, well, you make me laugh, that's something good. I'll do some of those videos as well, but I have to be really careful. I'm on the edge. If I say anything else, get any more complaints, you won't fucking see me at all. I have to stop this swearing as well. Okay, speak to you guys in another video. Let's be gay about this. Alright, I'm going to go back home. You look behind, look at these nice trees, quince trees. I have to try and pick up those quince, but they've been laying there a few weeks, so when you cut them open, they're all brown. So the odd one has just fallen down now. Might be okay. Alright, enough rambling. I'll see you guys in another video. So what do you guys think? What kind of video should I do? Someone will probably say, do a porn video. Yeah, I'll get myself kicked out of YouTube even faster. I wouldn't be able to do that anyway. Someone said, do the OnlyFans, do something gay. Yeah, sticking something up my exhaust. No way. Spot. I wanted to see it. Yeah, I have to stop these gay jokes as well. But gay guys have been really good to me. Like, no one has complained. So that, you see, gay guys are a bit different to the rest. Trans people are more, I don't know, I think they might be more sensitive, but gays are alright, I think. I'm not turning, don't worry, I'm not changing. I'm still myself. Anyway, I'm just thinking I've got a lot of work to do. I'll speak to you guys later. Bye.